My name is Matt Tetlow. I'm the CEO and founder of Inovor Technologies. At Inovor Technologies, we design space missions for customers wanting to fly payloads in space. We design, manufacture and integrate spacecraft using our family of nanosatellite platforms called the Apogee Bus. In addition to flying other people's missions, we also have a mission of our own. This mission is called Hyperion, and it's a space situational awareness mission. Hyperion is a constellation of nanosatellites looking away from Earth into the GEO and MEO belts. The reason we do this is to detect anomalies in the GEO and MEO belt, such as failed spacecraft or even malicious or suspicious activity where some suspicious object might be hanging around a high-value strategic space asset. So a nanosatellite is a small satellite between the size of a loaf of bread to kind of a slab of beer. It's typically about either 100 by 100 or 200 by 200 in cross-section, and it can be sort of between 100 and sort of 400 millimeters long. This represents a 3-unit nanosatellite, so you can see it's approximately 3 100 by 100 boxes, which makes a 3-unit spacecraft. And we have an optic up the front, a processing engine to extract all the information, and then all of the spacecraft bus facilities, power, pointing, thermal management, structures, all that kind of thing, all packaged up into a very small slab of beer. So user needs are difficult. The space industry in Australia is quite embryonic. So I guess, the customers are typically used to going and buying a system that exists. So essentially the overseas company will come and say, well, this system does this, do you want it? And they say yes or no. I guess, and now what we're looking at is them having the opportunity to say, well, this is exactly what we want. Let's go and make a subsystem that is specifically what you want. So in the case of the CSIRO, they have a requirement to fly a particular shortwave infrared sensor, and they came to us and said, can you produce a spacecraft with a specific sensor and these applications and these specifications, and we could then produce it. So I think the customer knows what they want. They just haven't been used to getting exactly what they want. They're used to being getting what was available. It's not difficult to find space engineers per se. Space is exciting, but it's not unique or it's not different. It basically relies on the same physics, maths and engineering that everybody else has done, the structures, the electronics, all that kind of thing. So it's about, our team is relatively young, so it's about bringing in a young team, and they basically have all the underlying skills, and they can develop what's required. I guess the middle management and upper management skills are a little bit more difficult to come by, and there are a few people around in Australia with that sort of skill set. Well, I think the space community at the moment in Australia is a lot of very young companies. So I think the risk appetite is very high, which I guess has two things. First of all, it allows innovation. Of course, it does also then have relatively high risk associated with it. So I think it's something that the customer has to try and grapple with and deal with. So Avalon 2019 is a great opportunity for Inovor to showcase what it can do to the major clients of the world, be it defense industry, international primes, space agencies. Anybody who's basically playing in the space field will be there, and it's a great opportunity for us to be on a slightly elevated platform and be able to be seen by all these important international partners.